So hey guys, welcome back. Today we are doing some exciting project. Now, today what I'll do is today we are using a very interesting tool, and we do something interesting. So this is the architecture for you know what we have to do today. The project name is about the real-time weather data. So first, if you see here, first we are taking the weather API. Suppose right now I'm in Bangalore. So what is the weather of the Bangalore? All the weather podcast from all different city of the India, and as we take as a API and we load it in the Lambda. Now, uh, so Lambda here is what we do. Lambda is take API data from the weather API and load it into the DynamoDB. That is our first step one. The second step, what we have to do is this is second lambda. It will take the data from the DynamoDB which we loaded, and it will store into the S3 as a streaming. So that is step two. In step three, what we have to do is uh, from S3 we have to make snow pipeline, a streaming snow pipeline from Snowflake, and we have to load the data in a Snowflake. So we divided the three part, step one, step two, step three, and you know, let's just see how to do it because it's so interesting, like making the snow pipeline because Snowflake is the cloud data warehouse, very famous cloud data warehouse, if you know. So this is kind of data engineering project. So let's just check it. Let's just go to console. So this is the AWS console, and if you see right now, I am in the AWS Lambda. So let's just see. I already created this two function because before shooting that, a few minutes before I executed it for fully functionally. So what I did is like step number one, I create the Lambda function API to DynamoDB, which is our step number one. So I but before that, what you have to do, you have to take the API key. So for that, you have to log in. This is the site weatherapi.com. This is for developer. You can log in into that, and you can generate your API key. So it will take time, 10 minutes for all the things. But once you get it done, you'll get I think 10,000 tokens, free tokens from that. So that's how you got your API key. Now, as you can see, you can get this kind of information, like suppose the city London, country, latitude, longitude, local time, and the temperature, right? So let's just go to our back API to DynamoDB. So here is the main code. So if you see, so basically I'll link mentioned down below for the API generation, how to do that. And here is the main code. Basically this one is from we defining the function for the API URL and the key. So that will fetch the information from that. And this is basically we define the Lambda handler, which gather the data and which it will load it in the what it's called DynamoDB. Yeah. So here what you have to do is uh you have to give your DynamoDB table name. So before that, you have to create a DynamoDB table in the DynamoDB. So that already I did it. So let me just show you. So creating a table in DynamoDB is very easy. You know, it takes some few minutes. This table name is the weather data. This name you have to give in this code, that code. So let me just show you. And this is line number 10. You have to give the table name. So basically, step number one is taking the data from API and load it into the DynamoDB. The Lambda code is doing that thing. But Before that, if you run this code, uh, it will not run because our main thing is the permission. I am permission. So for that, uh, I create the role. If you go into configuration, uh, the permission, and this was the data. So if you see in this one, this permission I gave is the DynamoDB full access because we have to load the data in DynamoDB. So you have to be give full access, right? So yeah, you have to do that the thing when you are in Lambda. And second thing is you have to add the layer because we have the dependency on Panda because we write the code. So we need a dependency. So for adding the dependency, you have to add the layer. So here I add the layer Panda, which is inbuilt Lambda. I'll show you how to add this. So you have to choose a layer and then the which one? This AWS SDK Panda 311, and then this is the version 8. So like that you can add it. So once it added, and you have to just taste it. So let's just taste this function whether it is working or not. So if we taste it, uh, we have to invoke from here, and it will take some second. If this code is not running, so yeah, so this gives the information about the city. So Bangalore, Delhi, Mumbai, Chennai, Kashmir, Dehradun, Kochi, and it is the temperature and all the things. But what happens? Some case the code is not running and it's a timeout. So you have to go the configuration and you have to go to general setting. You have to increase your timeout. Here I increase my timeout from 3 seconds to 1 minute because Lambda function take time to running out. So you have to be take care of this, and yeah, you are ready to good to go. But for first, let's just check: is this uh, the thing is uh, showing in the DynamoDB? The record data is coming or not? So we go to explore the items in DynamoDB. We just select our weather. Now this one is the I do experiments. So these are old records, but yeah, you can see the timing. This is the 9:20. What is that? Yeah, you can see the timing also. So yeah, but do one thing like I remove all the things and we do from uh, scratch, right? So you can get clear understand. So yeah, so delete it, right? And we'll do again test. So it should come because the data is coming here. So you can see in the here, if we refresh here, yeah, voila, this data is coming, right? Perfect. So what we see the step number one, which is the UPI to from journey from UPI API to the DynamoDB, right? This is done. Now we have to see the DynamoDB to S3 bucket. This is the second step we have to do. Now understand this is the whole AWS system and this is from external. That's why I create this, whole the red line because it's inbuilt AWS. So we are doing integration from the outside. Okay. So yeah, let's just focus on step number two. DynamoDB to S3. How can we do that? So main our heart is a Lambda. Remember guys, Lambda can do anything. It's the heart of AWS. So let us go again to the Lambda, and that for that I create the function DynamoDB to the Snowflake, which I give the name. Now same thing in here, you have to add the layer while you are creating the thing, but here the IAM permission is different. So which kind of permission I gave? Let me show you. so you can understand very well. By the way, in background you can see there are northern lights. So it's my favorite. So you can see the background effect. But let's focus on the permission. Okay. So yeah, here I gave the DynamoDB full access because we have to take the data from there and we have to load in S3 bucket. Okay. So this is the permission. And let's just focus on our coding part. Now, this is the very, high code, but I give you high overview. So what it does basically is, first it will, you know, take, it will check whether the data record came in the DynamoDB. So when it's came, and the same point, it will trigger this lambda. The lambda will be triggered and it will take the data and in the CSV format. It will convert in the CSV format and it will load in the S3 bucket. So here, if you see here using Boto 3 client, I give the my what it's called the S3 bucket. So I'll show you after that where is my S3 bucket and how I should. And here I use try and exceptional because sometimes the code is not running, so you have to be uh you know careful. So yeah, and so this is how you can do. So main major part is the triggering part. When the data is loaded in the DynamoDB, it will trigger and it will load it in the S3, converting the CSV file, right? So let's just go to my bucket. This is the S3 bucket, and this is the I create the weather API data engineering project. Now this is I create the Snowflake staging. Now here, this one is the older experiment. So date is 5th March 24. Uh, this kind of format you will get. So, if so, yeah. So, let's just do check, right? Because obviously we want to check whether it is coming in the S3 or not. So for that, what we do is, we run again the step one because without step one, step two is can't be processed because all are connecting, right? Pipeline. So yeah, we just do test and test the function. So it will give the data. Remember this take the triggering thing will take some minute. So we have to wait for that. Uh, so let's just check. This is 10, so it should be 20, right? With the data is coming. Yeah, correct. Here in DynamoDB, data is coming. So test step two one is clear. We have to check step two. So uh, you know we have to go S3 bucket. Now we have to refresh. Here is the object is 7. It should be 8 because new file will be added. So if we see 7 to 17, and it means 10 file is added, 10 CSV file. Now uh, if we check the timing, the recent file, which is the this one. Where is that? Yeah, this one, 17,551, right? So we just check it, which what is inside there. So what it do, like it will partition in different CSV file and it will give the data. So if you open that file in the Excel, so you can see this cities Hyderabad and Sikkim. Like that, it to partition. Okay, correct. So yeah, that is working fine. Now, so from here, our step two is completely working, right? Now, our main the blockbuster part is the making Snowpipe because here the main thing is the data warehouse. How to uh, store the data in Snowflake. For that, most of the projects are involving this Snow pipeline, which is the integration from S3 bucket to Snowflake, right? So, you know, let me show you what is the Snowflake and how it's working. The Snowflake is basically data warehouse, and it's one of the powerful engine they have. You can query 1,000 of petabytes data in there. So yeah, so here uh, actually, yeah, I hope the font is visible to you because it's small. So yeah, so here I already write a code, and basically what you are writing in the SQL query, that's you have to do simple step, creating a database, uh, and use the database. And here I creating the table, which the data types you have to be very careful in, because some are number, varchar, or integer. So you can check in the DynamoDB which kind of data type is shared. So yeah, so that's a good thing. Yeah. So yeah, and after the creating, here major thing is the integration. So this is the main part, creating the integration. Now what you have to do is uh, whatever your the ARN of so this is the external integration. So you have to create the policy for that. So suppose if you are involving external thing, so you have to be what is called, create the role. Now I'll show you. I create the AWS Snowflake role, and here you have to give AWS full access. But 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 you have to do something modification in the trust policy. Now, if you see, let me just show you. If we go to Snowflake, so here you have to give ARN of the role which you created, and then the location of the S3 where we want to fetch the data, right? So after you executed, then you have to create which kind of the data is coming. I mean, we have CSV, right? We have to be give this format. What is the header? What is the delimiter? And then we have to create the stage. So yeah, and once you do that, so and then this step is to data ingestion from S3 to Snowflake. So if you executed this one, yeah, this is already exists because it's already done by me. So once you see it here, uh, okay, yeah. So what it's called, object D project already exists. Okay, so the maybe why it's not D project. Uh, 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 Okay, I mean it should be done. We want to show the data, right? So select data from weather data. So we want to run this query. The data should be show. Yeah. So you know this is the data from it's coming, right? This is the live data from the weather API. Let's just see. This is the 50. This the count is 50. Now, if we do again, that should be the count will be increased. So, you know, let us try it again. So our three step will be verify. right? So let's just do test. So what we have here, what we did is this data is hourly basis coming in from API, weather forecast. So yeah, this is done. That should be the data should be here increase 30, which is great. Number two is done. Now we check into the Snowflake, right? Let's just select and then run this query. Uh, okay, the count is still this much, but let's just wait because it will take time, right? So now the thing is, again, you can do some bug debugging also because we want to know why the data is not coming, right? So you can go to the monitor and you can go to CloudWatch logs because that is the main, heart of the error, what is going on, what should go wrong, right? So we can go in the CloudWatch logs and see all the errors. So let's just check the recently triggered. Uh, yeah, this is the 558. Great. And yeah, it is running. I mean, yeah. So yeah, it will take some minutes, but don't worry, it will come. So uh, let's just run it again. Yeah, you see the count is increased 50 to 60. So that means the data is coming regularly. Now the good thing is, uh, you know, uh, you can do from here analysis because Snowflake is known for that. So yeah, you can see like here also analysis temperature, city, and humidity, all the things. So yeah, this is how you can do this. Is the great, the example of real-time data engineering project. So this is how work in production usually. So yeah, if you need anything, any query, then let me comment down below. Let me know. Yeah, thank you so much. So yeah.